Well, hey, YouTube, it's time for another voice teacher reaction video, and today I'm doing something crazy and fun. When I was a kid, there was a show called The Midnight Special, and they had one of my favorite bands on ever, right? And that was Journey. I think it was back in 1978. Wolfman Jack is introducing them, and I remember this stuff. It's pretty wild. And some amazing bands went on The Midnight Special, and they performed live for these audiences that just looked like incredibly sleepy, you know? So I'm looking forward to seeing this. It's got to be like Journey at their best. And I saw a little bit, I can tell, like what they're wearing. This is back in the days of the early Journey. Steve Perry is there. Gregg Rolie is still there. Gregg Rolie is the keyboardist and singer who was the original singer in Journey, who I used to really like. I used to love his voice. As a matter of fact, well, I'll tell you that story in a second. It's actually kind of fun. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Mike Goodrich, creator of the Inner Singer podcast, Inner Singer singing programs, and all things inner singer. Because singing is an inside job, as we all know. And if you don't know, you know it now. Anyway, like I said, Midnight Special, Journey, featuring Steve Perry, Gregg Rolie, and the rest of the Journey guys, Neil Schon on guitar. I don't know who was playing drums back in there. I don't know if it was Ansley Dunsbar. I can't remember. And I don't know that, oh gosh. Okay, the keyboards, oh goodness. I know these guys like I know the back of my hand. The keyboard is, his name is completely leaving me. I don't know them in person. I just know of them, obviously. But you know, the funny story that I was going to say is my dad knew these guys. My dad actually knew Santana. My dad ran a leasing company up in Northern California where you like lease cars and trucks and all that kind of stuff. And when Santana was, you know, beginning to get known, but they weren't huge yet. And this is before Journey, because Santana, Gregg Rolie came out of Santana and Neil Schon came out of Santana as well. And they started Journey, went off on their own. So before Journey was even a band and Santana was just getting off the ground, they were, you know, touring the country and stuff. They needed a truck. Nobody would lease them a truck. My dad leased them a truck. So, you know, Gregg Rolie's dad, he leased Gregg Rolie's dad, I think, a truck. And so they really loved him, right? And so I was about to have a year or two later, my senior prom. And my dad contacted them because Santana was not huge, but they were known. And we tried to get them at our senior prom. And word has it that they were just real busy and booked, which is probably a nice way of saying, we don't want to play some damn senior prom. But anyway, it was a funny story. And I always have kind of felt this sort of connection, even though I didn't meet any of them, with Gregg Rolie, who I always loved and was really sad when he left the band because I thought that their two voices really complemented each other. And you'll see in Feeling That Way and Anytime, how they really do, especially in Feeling That Way. So we're going to jump into that right now, and we're going to rock, and we're going to have some fun, and it's going to be cool. And I should have made this bigger, and I'm making it bigger now. Stalling for time. Let's jump in. This is Wolfman Jack introducing them. I don't know how many. Leave in the comments. Leave if you remember Wolfman Jack. And if you remember the Midnight Special. I mean, come on. And if you don't, you got to watch this. It's really cool when you watch how sleepy the audience just kind of sits there, right? And that's pretty normal. Anyway, let's rock.
Feeling that way and anytime. He is Journey.
And I believe that was his real voice.
Open my eyes to a new kind of way. All the good times that you say. Are you feeling? You're feeling that way too? Or am I just a fool? When the summer comes, she'll be there, standing by the line. What she's been to where she's gonna do. She should go on for a ride. She feeling? Are you feeling? You're feeling that way too? Or am I just am I just a fool? A new road's waiting, you touch my life. Whoa, soft and warm on a summer's night. You're the only one I told you, the only one I love, the lovely one I'm thinking of. With my summer gone, she'll be there, standing by the fly ice. Once she's been where she's gone to, she should go on the ride. She feeling, are you feeling? You feeling that way too? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You feeling that way? Summer's gone, she'll be there, standing by the fly ice. Once she's been to where she's gone to, she knows on the ride. She feeling.
Okay, I'm just going to say something here. I hate stopping these things, as you know. But, I mean, you see what I mean about their voices complementing each other? Isn't it cool that Rolie starts and then Perry comes in and takes it away and then they go back and forth and back and forth? I think that was only for one record, unfortunately. I don't know. But, you know, talk about an ability to sustain a high tessitura with Perry. I mean, he's up there on B-flats like it's absolutely nothing, like it's in the middle of his voice, like it's a middle C. So he's up on B-flat 4, like it's just like he's talking to you. So easy. And man, this was at the height of his just amazingness, which, I mean, he's just amazing, right? Here's vibrato spinning. Boom. That's just awesome. And Gregg Rolie, I mean, he's up there. I mean, he's singing G4s, you know, he's popping up there. It just doesn't sound high compared to what Perry's doing. But anyway, wow. Okay, I think we're going to hear another great Neil Schon lead. Here we go. Got to say something about the lead. That was back in the days that a lot of guitarists, because I used to play guitar in rock bands back then, and a lot of guitarists, long jams were the big thing. And your guitarists would just improvise leads. The thing I loved about Neil Schon is his leads were meticulously figured out. You notice if you're familiar with the song, that's the same lick, it's the same lead and solo that is on the record. So, you know, which is really cool, I think, because somebody takes the time to work that out, and then they do it in person, and it's the one that you're used to hearing, which is really, really cool. My buddy Grant Geisman, amazing jazz guitarist, who, if you're like all in this genre, you may not know who Grant is, but he and I grew up together. We were in bands together. He played guitar, I played drums in one of the bands. Just unbelievable guitars. One of them played with Chuck Mangione. If you know the song "Feels So Good," that song, Feels So Good, has Grant's guitar solo in it. One of the best guitar solos ever, of all time. Totally meticulously picked out and played the same every time so that audiences get to see that. And I absolutely love that. So anyway, here we go. So isn't that cool the way their voices complement each other? I totally was disappointed when he left. Anyway, so awesome. And Perry, again, he's like up there holding this high tessitura like it's absolutely nothing. Pretty darn good harmonies, I'd say, for a rock band on the at the Midnight Special. I think they sound really friggin' good live, these guys. Oh, my God. I know it's a little sleepier energy than a rock concert with a bunch of people there and an audience that's actually on fire. I'm not sure where they found this audience, but they're kind of just sitting there like this. I don't know how they can do that. So I know, but Journey sounds awesome. But I know it's a little bit of a sleepy energy for a rock concert. But hey, the Midnight Special, right? Television. But man, you gotta dig this. You gotta admire this. Oh my God, these guys are so good. Let's rock here. Again, friggin' great lead. I think Neil Sean and I are about the same age. I remember because I was playing in rock bands when I was 17, and I think when he got in Santana, he was 17, and I was thinking, how is this guy so good? I'm not that good. I don't know that many people that good, and he's 17. Unbelievable. Anyway. He's not 17 there. To be clear, he's not 17 there. Man, would I have loved to have been in the audience back then. How awesome was that? Sleepy audience, but man, Journey was anything but asleep. That was unbelievable. See if I can get out of this thing. There we go. I should do it. Unbelievable. Oh, man. And you can tell, Neil Sean rocking at the end, you can tell his Clapton influence back then in his younger days. And then he went off in a completely his own thing. It's always been his own thing. But you could tell that little bit of Clapton influence back then. I think you like Clapton as I did. I imitated every lead that Clapton did, I imitated if I could. And I think, I think a lot of people did for a long time. But anyway, Perry, awesome. Rolie, awesome. Perry holding a high tessitura. I've got to do a video sometime soon on how women and men can sustain high tessituras, meaning singing the high notes and just living up there. Because, a lot of people can go up and hit the odd high note and come back down. But I mean, living up there, one reason Perry can do it is I just think innately his vocal cords are probably more, they're probably shorter. I have no idea of proof. I have no proof of that. It's total theory, though. But men, generally, that can sustain a high tessitura, I mean, really, he's up on B's and C's, and it just looks like he's talking. There's no reach. There's no pull. There's no nothing like that, right? And I think I've heard his speaking voice. I think it's a little more of a high-pitched voice than, let's say, Jeff Tate, who There's a little bit of a low-pitched voice. Jeff Tate still has it and sings in high tessitura. So anyway, maybe I'm full of junk, you know. Perhaps I'm full of baloney, and I have no scientific evidence backing anything up that I'm saying. You should absolutely never listen to me about anything that I say. But having said that, that's the disclaimer. If you do decide to listen to me, though, go get my free Singing Accelerator video series. It's got all kinds of good stuff in it. I've heard, anyway, that people seem to like it. 3 videos. One's called The Magic of Vowels. It's all about vowels, all about vowels. It's got authentic performance, and that will give you, I'll share an exercise with you that if people would just do this, you know, it would take them, boom, immediately up a notch in their performing. And a video called Singing in the Brain. And if you master that, you are seriously golden. Enough said, just go get them. Trust me on that. They're free. What the heck have you got to lose? And the link's in the description. If you'd like to know the difference between mixing and belting, is there a difference? I don't know. Actually, I do know, and that's why I wrote the book. It's called The 5 Biggest Mistakes Singers Make While Singing in the Mix or Belting and How You Can Avoid Them. And if you'd like to know, then go get that as well. Again, it's free. What do you got to lose? Here's something that isn't free. I've got a new Wissio page, and I will give you feedback. I will share feedback, my opinion, my analysis, and I don't like the word analysis, and I will give you solutions. I will provide things for you to do that will actually help you go to the next level. If you have any kind of a challenge, you're sending me a video or an audio, which you can do actually on that page, by the way. Send me a video or an audio of yourself doing whatever it is you do, and I will say, okay, you may say, hey, I'm having problems doing this, 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 and this. I will say, oh, yes, you are having a challenge with this, 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 and this. Here's how to fix this, 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 and this. And so I'll give you solutions, okay? It's totally affordable. It's totally fun. I love it. So, you know, if you're interested in that, links in the description. Please subscribe. I love it when you subscribe. I don't know how many subscribers I got. So I had 31 or 2,000 right around the time of this video. So by the time you're watching this, I have no idea how many I have. Hopefully I haven't lost some. So hopefully they've gone up. That would be what's I would expect and hope for. Anyway, hit the bell for notifications if you'd like to be notified of more videos. And comment, please. Comment. Oh, I'm way ahead of myself with the thumbs up. So comment. I love your comments. I'm finding them so helpful to me. Thumbs up if you like it. Floating around here, there will be videos that I recommend that you go watch. Why do I recommend them? Because I made them and they're pretty darn good. So if I do say so myself. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. I will see you every Wednesday and Friday. Okay, take care. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you forgive me. Hope my energy made up for the sleepy audience. Okay? Anyway, see you soon. Bye.